And then this whole thing can go, but I need this. Yeah. So I can. This is bit set read. So if bit set read hero story flags Mara gift is 0, then put item. I have to look this up. Hero inventory. New item, and this is what does she give? Let's just make it a health potion. Health potion of health. That is 7. One of them. This is greater than 0. Then set this. And that's about it. And this is the same, but what does he give? Well, this should actually be maybe randomized. What can he give? So the hero should start with a weapon. Maybe, or it doesn't. Other item. Could gift a charm. But that's far too early. Just make it a cure potion. I mean, it's better than nothing. Also, it should be something. Well, no, I don't know. What would these people gift their friend at this point? It's a bit meager. Cure potion. Should I start the hero with absolutely nothing? Well, the thing is, this has to be optional, because they may not be placed. So let's just keep it simple. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bread. Of course it would be bread. Would be bread. That's actually sweet. Bread and a health potion. That's perfect. Let's see if this works. You're kidding me? Oh, underscore. That needs to be reference. Let's see what happens. Wrong start. Okay, let's hope they are here. Of course not. Oh, there's one. Man, why are there so many of these? Farewell, my friend. Oh, did she? I think she gave me this. Oh, I didn't add. Did not add a message, which I have in game pick item. Yeah. Added. Looks like my internet dropped out. Sorry about that. Or at least Twitch tells me. So give the health potion. And the message, which is 7. This is 90. I might abstract this into a function, but well, 2 is not enough. Make run. Let's start it this way. Okay, so there's a friend, and I'm not cornered in this time. Added potion of health. Well, I mean, it should actually happen when you close the dialogue. Is that possible? Is that possible? Don't think so. Where's the update? Render, shop, sell, buy, update, talk, yeah. Well, that's all that happens. I could make... This is so much work for not that much gain, but this is actually, it is pretty bad. But how bad is it? Because otherwise this thing would be done. Added potion of health, farewell. I mean, it's passable. It's passable. It's not great, but it's passable. So let's call this done for now. If not, okay, yeah, that was a bad idea. So this was make the start location a camp of camp with friends, fiends, friends. Struct, talk, tile. Okay. So I did in I did in one day, actually half a day, what I set out to do in 3 days, which is pretty good. So I can, well, what do I do now? Don't like half days. I have a half days down here somewhere, I guess. I think progression can be inventory size is limited to 8. Well, that doesn't help me. Half a day. I guess it was pretty late when I wrote these estimates, because that's like 1 hour the most. Okay, I mean, as long as they stay overestimates, then that's fine. So wait, let me think. Where do I put these 2.5 days? Let's actually make it 1 day. So I have 2 of these left, and I'll just carry them along. What do I do with the time I have left? Guess I'll just work on this. So the requirement was that all affordances are available at the start and work without an item, because my idea beforehand was that, like in for example Minecraft, the thing you're holding defines what you can and cannot do. I think that's how Minecraft works. Haven't played it in like 10 years, but Yeah, this idea is gone, and that's what these to-dos were. The next one is friction is caused by acting and stationary enemies with variance present in 2 regions. Actually, I'm not sure if this covers that. No, it doesn't. So number 1 is all these frictions or afflictions need to be present and caused by monsters or enemies. Many of them are already in the game, so this is also not as much as it seems. But with variance present in 2 regions. This means that ambushing spiders are in the caves and the forest. Ghouls are in the sewers and in the fields or something like that. And variance means just a different color. But this is confusing because I have this down here somewhere. Here, all progressions have regional variance. Well, actually, that's something different. So this is gone. Friction is caused by acting and stationary enemies. Oh, this sentence is just bad. Specific frictions are caused and encountered in at least 2 regions. Caused by and encountered in at least 2 regions. That makes sense. Yeah, so I'll take a short break, and after that I'll sort these by done, not done. Yeah. No snow. Okay, there's something moving here. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I think I'm still alive. Okay. So let's look at the monsters. I have these ghouls. And I hope I can. I think I'll keep them. Let's look at the list. Ambushed by spider. I don't have that. I have almost that, but not that. But that's exciting. Attacked by ghoul. Okay, I have that. Toppled by tie. But let's make this make sense. Toppled by tiger. Don't have that. Weakened by nettles. I have that. Well, kind of. Oh yes, I have that. Overwhelmed by ants. I have that. Poisoned by scorpion. Don't have that. Disarmed by bear. Don't have that. Don't have that. Don't have that. Block. Don't have that. Don't have that. No. No. Kind of. Oh, I have double ants. That's not good. Let's make this maggots. Discovered by a wolf. Oh, that might be pretty hard. Well, this is actually nonsense. Destitute. Okay, that makes sense. But let's call this... Don't like the word ghoul. It means nothing really, to me at least. Slowed by centipede. Arrested by centipede. Slowed by... Let's just keep this as is, which is slowed by... Oops. Slowed by webs. Confined by locked door. Okay, I have that. Kind of. And tigers also. Don't really like tiger. Is lion better? Maybe. Okay, let's do the easy ones first. Lion is pretty easy. This is pretty easy. And this is not so easy. This needs to go to the end. This is pretty easy. This is done. Okay. The only hard thing about the lion might be the sprite. And the scorpion as well, I guess. Okay, with one, which one do I start? Blinded by Serpent is really just switching the objects, as is this. So let's do this first. Blinded by Serpent, I have... Oh, it's the... Yeah, it's the octopus. Turn... remove octopus. Make snake. Rename snake to serpent. Give its attack action symbol. Plan. Add a blind well, shouldn't this be looking at... I'm thinking of this as a venom. Is this some sort of blinding stare? Not really. That's too much magic. Blinding routine, or what is it? Yeah, routine. Give it action symbol. And that's basically it. Make the attack find hero. The question is for how long? Blinded. Okay, by cure. Let's say permanently, but that is used sometimes. Actually, not that simple. I thought this was easy. Okay. Do I remove the octopus? Actually, from spawning, that's enough. Or do I remove it completely? Let's just remove the spawn. Octopus. Feature 188. Let's remove that. Actually, that's... Can just remove this. Snake. Emerge, chase, strike. Yeah, blindness is taken. What else can I call this? Affecting buff. Yeah, this needs to be obvious and preventable, else it's not fun. So it emerges from the grass or wherever, chases, strikes, and if it's done with striking, it might try to blind. But I'll have this fail. Actually, I think there's a problem. What's the action thing called? The action icon. Is it not here? Actually, let's leave this here for now. But it should be here. Action. Icon. Alert icon. Okay, it's an object. It's called TI2. There it is. So I can only set the alert icon when the plan is active. Which makes sense. But when setting the plan, here, going to the next plan, there's nothing that can make this fail. So this is basically every entity has this routines array, which is just performative actions. These here, chase, wander, aim, etc. There's an array of these for every entity, and it tries this. If it fails, then it steps to the next one, I think. Something like that. But there's also this contingency plan, which is used for things like fleeing. And I could put these special attacks in here. This would solve the action icon problem. But where do I set this? 6412, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Good, button. You? I'm doing well. Doing pretty good. Just pumping out features here. I'm thinking about how to abuse my own systems. Yeah, and currently doing behaviors. What are you up to on this? I think, is it Monday? I think so. Been lurking for about an hour. Also, I've been doing chores. So YouTube, super interesting game. Oh, thanks. Thanks, means a lot. Yeah, lurking is very welcome while I'm here talking to myself. It's good to know somebody's listening. Yeah, and I do the same often while programming. I'll just have something running in the background. Nice to see someone doing something a bit more unique than good old Unreal vibe coding. Yeah. I mean, I tried all of those except vibe coding. I think I'm too old for that. But all the others I tried. I tried out. I didn't do anything serious with them. Nothing like doing things from scratch, eh? That's true. That's absolutely true. Especially the first few weeks and months. And then it gets increasingly harder. But I mean, knowing every single line of code in this project is pretty awesome. How come you're using C? Purely out of experience or enjoy the simplicity? Both really. I have no idea how C++ works. And I find that C does everything that I need. And also I did, for some projects I used at least a C++ compiler and some C features like function overloading. But the C++ compiler from GCC is just so much slower. It's crazy. And that just annoyed me enough to go back to C. Nice. The last few game dev stuff I've done has been C++, but I've preferred C recently. Oh, alright. What kind of games did you do? Did you all also do a greenfield like I did? Or with some libraries? I'm rocking OpenGL, yeah. Or use something more like SoCal. I've never heard of SoCal. But yeah, this is just OpenGL. As it comes out of the box. And my graphics are not fancy, so that's all I need. I've done mostly 3D, but some 2D. I have a bad habit of having a better idea and starting again. Oh, I know that one. Yeah, I know that one pretty well. It took me getting much older and yeah, just growing tired to stick with one project and seeing it to the end. But that said, this game started out as a first-person game, so I think as long as you, well, I don't actually know. The game changed so much over the last year and a half, but it's solidifying everywhere. So that's heartening. Yeah, it's a long-term project, so I get a bit worried about spending months on something that in the end I'd be like, meh. Well, the thing is, you can define the point where you stop. You could just continue and until it's something that you're proud of. So yeah. But I get what you mean. It's a huge undertaking. but I don't know, I'm just kind of obsessed. Every time I ended a project in frustration, it took me just a couple of weeks to start again with something else. And yeah, and I think what brought me to this point is that I did away with all the systemic thinking in programming and game design. I just solved one problem after another, and that got me pretty far. So, I mean, I didn't start out with an ECS system or something like that, or a job system, or behavior trees. I have none of this, and I think that's one of the reasons why I got so far, is by not doing these all these prerequisites that take so much time and have little to show. But that's just me. Yeah, I can't speak for everyone. So contingency, actually not sure. I'll do this snake. I could call it a super or something like that, but it also depends on chase. Add blinding routine. So need contingency plan. Those were the last two things I was working on. Which was November, December time. On my end, I can only see little stars and a dash. Don't know what you typed. Maybe it was a link? Not sure. Could you maybe describe it? November, December time. Okay, so that's not long ago. Make a super plan that gets rejected as contingency. Oh, should be to YouTube links. Links might be disabled. Is it searchable? I mean, are there keywords that I could look up and find myself? Because I'm not sure how to enable the links in chat. Like a super plan that gets injected as a contingency once in a while. Chase. 6, 4, 12s beyond there. In a sec. Is it at 6, 4, 12s? There's one channel here by Ethan. And I see a video, but that's 5 years ago. Ethan, hey Ethan. That video is 5 years old, that I can see. Oh, it's not showing the other two. No. I'm on YouTube Germany. Maybe you have it region locked? Maybe. So yeah, I just see that 17-second one. Chase. Maybe I have to add a super routine. Weird, never mind, I'll describe them instead. Alright. Alright, I'm curious now. Oh, I can add more routines. Three. Death and super. So this goes to show again that you should look at your own code. You might find a simple way. Okay, so now I have a new routine. That's actually perfect. For the snake, put routine, super, chase, and venom, maybe. Or what is it? So one is a 2D platformer game with a apocalyptic setting. Wanted to get the same atmosphere as Simon Stellenhag's work. Not sure if I know Simon Stellenhag. Second is a 3D game engine I was working on with a grid-based level editor with real-time shadow mapping, SSAO, and volumetric lighting. Ooh, that sounds ambitious. Especially volumetric lighting. I was thinking about volumetric fog, and I think there's a trick from the Quake 3 era, but I'm not sure. I mean, I have something similar, just doesn't look good. Volumetric lighting. The latter had awful performance. I mean, SSAO is already pretty heavy. And that engine was from scratch, both of these. That's pretty impressive. It's my first time using OpenGL and doing anything lower than using a pre-built engine. Okay. I mean, real-time shadow mapping, I have no idea how that works. SSAO, I mean, I know that it has to be in the shader, I guess. Volumetric lighting, no idea. Yeah, both from scratch. The first was using SFML with Box2D. Latter was using OpenGL and GLFW and some math libs. Okay. So yeah, that's basically what I have. Except the GLFW. I scratched that as well. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. My 3D graphics skills are super limited. I'm happy if I understand how a fork works, which I don't all the time. Oh, you're not using SDL or GLFW for your windowing? No. No, I'm raw dogging. I have let me clean this. Not that one, maybe. So I have x11.c, xinput.c. What else do I have? Where is it? glx. Oh yeah, glx. And OpenGL, of course, and then Pulse Audio. And I have a system for something. Yeah, but it's basically just I had this stuff in written in previous projects, and I copied most of that over, and the rest I looked at GLFW and at SDL, but SDL is pretty hard to read. It's just so massive. But I took the API calls that you need from them and simplified it extremely, so that it fits into my brain, and that's what I have. Yeah, built from scratch. Yeah, I read that. Oh, you're using that. See, I had to use AI to help me with the math. My brain and the C-axis don't work well at all. Yeah, me neither. Oh, interesting. Was it so that you had more upfront knowledge of your code base? Meaning you don't have to memorize SDL or GLFW docs. Yeah, they have questionable name choices in their API. Was it so that I had more knowledge of my code base? I mean that was part of it, but the main part was I just didn't want to have a dependency that may or may not break tomorrow, with me having no clue. I mean, the dependencies are still there. They are the operating system, of course. But if it breaks now, it's really my fault. And it actually shouldn't, unless Linux guys make something crazy. And also, I mean, I was this close to using SDL, I think 2 months ago, where I was porting. So originally, all this, I spent a year on OpenBSD making this game. And then when I decided that I wanted to stream some of the development, I moved over to Linux, and I had to port. I mean, it's actually not that hard to go from BSD to Linux, but I had to add port audio and something else that was just extremely annoying, and I was pretty close to using SDL, but then I looked at what it takes to implement SDL. That looked like a much greater problem than just finishing the port, and it turned out to be true, I think. I respect that, but better for something to be fixable yourself than waiting weeks for a pull request to be merged upstream. Yeah, I mean, if you know what broke, then you can fix it yourself, of course. But what then? Where do you save your change to the library? You know what I mean? Becomes this responsibility problem with, if you pull the changes from Git, yours get overwritten, and maybe there were multiple things that you had to fix, and it's just, yeah, having just, I mean, I can show you this is my X11 code. That's everything. It's these 1.5 screens. That's all of it. I've had to clone a lib to a directory at the root called third party and git submodule in it, but then have a patch file to fix those issues. But I've dealt with them fixing it in the end, or having to deal with the conflicts. Oh, I mean, that sounds like hell. It sounds just really bad. So yeah, having this around, I mean, this is the minimum required, really. So I don't have all the bells and whistles, but it works. And the X input, yeah, this is keyboard. That's also 1.5 screens. And I have, where are my, oh yes, this is for the controller. That is, yeah, that's more. That's 350 lines of code. But I have the SDL controller library in here. So that's pretty nice. Less than 100 lines, nice. Better than thousands you'd have to compile and deal with if you brought in SDL3. So-called I'm using at the moment though. It's a series of single header files, header file libs that gives you an okayish API to use the same code for Metal, Vulkan, OpenGL, WebGPU, and whatever else. Oh, nice. So it's like, what's it called? The Google thing. Angle? Actually, not sure. I think it's Google Angle or something like that. Gives you okayish API. Okay, so it has its own API. Dawn, which is WebGPU, I think. The language you mean, or the API? Or what do you mean with Dawn? I was thinking about the Google Angle project, where you can... Google Dawn is a WebGPU framework So you can write games for desktop or web GPU. No, I'm talking. I've never heard of Google Dawn, but I was thinking about Google Angle. That's not it. Oh, it's Angle. Yeah. I could have just clicked on that, actually. Well, this doesn't tell you anything. Oh god. So Angle is basically you write OpenGL and it converts to these here. Which is pretty awesome. But I tried to compile this thing. I think some games use this. I think Shovel Knight used this. Oh nice, somewhat similar. Yeah, so-called is all C. It comes with a compiler to compile GSL to other GPU layers. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool. So yeah, this Angle thing, the idea is pretty awesome, but I just couldn't get this to compile. It's all internal. I mean, when I tried it, I'm not sure how it is now, but when I tried it, it was just layers and layers of Google tools that were opaque and had no idea how to get it to work. So compiling this thing was actual hell. Angle is used by Google Chrome and WebChain. Okay, so it's also it's the renderer for Google Chrome or the backend. Yeah, but I'll just use OpenGL for now, at least. I did write a Vulkan renderer, but that's also just insanely hard. Not surprised, large C++ projects can be a pain in the backside to get building. Yeah, and I mean I'm not sure what the tools were, but it was okay. It doesn't. Yeah, okay. Tells you some more dev setup. Python depot tools. Install build depths. And then gen out debug. It's just hieroglyphics, really. If it's Google, it's either Blaze, Bazel, or whatever it's called. I never heard of those as well. I'm living in my little green pasture with just GCC and that's about it. So yeah, this really scares me. Auto Ninja, okay, and then other stuff. Blaze Bazel are their build systems as a CMake replacement for Google-sized mono repos. Okay. Wasn't Mason? Heard of Mason? Ninja is also a thing. But yeah, CMake was also too complicated for me. I couldn't understand that really well. So where was I? Okay, this is yeah, platform stuff. Mason is a CMake replacement. Yeah, Ninja is a Makefile replacement. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. Super routine. Chase and Venom. I think I spent too much time knowing about tools than actually getting shit done. I mean, hey, tools are really interesting for the most part. But yeah. You can spend all day, every day theming your editor and not getting stuff done. Would you open source this or something you're planning or earning some money with? Currently I don't plan to open source. I plan to release the game in a couple of months in a free version. That means just the whole game, but with some tuned down graphics, and then a Steam release with a. I mean, it's just probably it'll be a toggle in the options where you can add some visual fluff. Just so there's a reason to buy the game instead of just downloading it. Kind of like a Dwarf Fortress. Only that, yeah, the graphics won't be that much less in the free version. But yeah, that's the plan. Um, 32, okay. Oh, but that means I have to... I have to edit this behavior thing. That could be bad. How long are you streaming for? It's nearly 12 AM for you, right? Yeah. I'll stream probably for another hour. That's the usual time, from 8 to 1. Yeah. Sleep is for the weak, eh? Yeah. I mean, I like my sleep, and I'll need my sleep. But it's all right. And actually, I like the nights more than the days, but that just might be because I live near a busy road, and it's really quiet at night, so that's nice. So if the entity is in combat, let's call this routine. Oh, that's render type. routine. I'll probably be heading off soon. I'm only an hour behind you. I've offered myself as tribute to walk the dog early in the morning before work. Alright, that's very honorable of you. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's been fun. If you combat... How do I do this? I want to activate the super routine every once in a while. Actually, I would maybe want to do this here when it resets. I live right by a beach, so early 6 AM walks is nice before work. That sounds really nice. That sounds actually really nice. By chance, activate super routine. If 1 in 3, maybe. And how do I turn it off again? If E well, I need another variable, don't I? Combat timer. Routine current routine type. So contingency plan, that's something else. If the combat timer is elapsing, reset the routine and remove the combat time. Else decrement it. Okay. And then so this is the actual thing. As well as here. And here. That was all combat thing. Yeah, I'm not sure why I these around. Aye, it's nice. One of the nicest beaches where I'm from. And you live right next to it. That's actually pretty cool. It's been ages since I've been to the beach or to the ocean. I'm not sure when that was. Been a while. Switch. Oh, that's entity. God. This is scary code. I haven't touched this in a really long time. What was that just? Oh, that's, yeah. So, set routine type. Does that make sense? Set indicator to routine. Okay, that's just reading. So that's fine. Okay. So if the entity is in combat, then set the combat type to combat. Else if the entity well, that won't work with this here. If maybe switching will help. Super. I think that makes it better. If idle, the combat timer is greater than 0, you enter combat. I guess you're a solid few hours away from the ocean. Yeah, pretty much. I'm near the Alps. Yeah, so on the German side, that's pretty far away. I'm originally from a place called oh my god, should I pronounce this? I'm not trying, but it looks oh, I'll have to be careful. Is it Welsh? But now which is about 2 hours apart, but still on the coast. Okay, surprised you noticed. Yeah, I mean, unpronounceable names are either Icelandic or Welsh, or I think the Irish also have some crazy words. I'm not quite sure. Still on the coast. Irish Gaelic. It's quite strange, yeah. As most people think of when they think of Wales. Yeah, that name with the... Wait, what was it? Was it the volcano or something that made it known? Or is it just, or is it just a long town, the long name? That's the long town name up in North Wales. I somehow conflated it with the volcano. But yeah, I know that one. Oh, New Zealand has the longest name. For a town? Even longer. It's... oh my god. Okay, that's crazy. That's 3 whole lines on my phone. Is it like a poem or is it a common usage? The name is often shortened to Tomata for convenience. Thanks, Google. I hope they shorten it. It might be, it must be a description of the place, or no? Or what does it mean? Translate to the summit where Tamatea, the man with the big knees, the slider climber of mountains, the land swallower who traveled about, played his koawau flute to his loved one. Okay. Makes sense. That it's that long. I mean, it's pretty specific. The Welsh one was just a tourism trick about a church on a hill near Whirlpool or something. Okay. I could speak Welsh and say the town name, but that town name scares me when it comes to translating it. Not as bad as German compound words. Oh yeah. Germans love their compound words. But the ones that that you hear about are also mostly made up. But I guess the, what was it? Something about Fleischetikettungsmaßnahmengesetz or something like that. It's typically words from laws that are just super specific and written in one giant word. But normally compound words here are just 1 or 2. I mean 2 or 3 words put together. Reset routine on combat exit. I think I have that. Does that make sense? Idle. I think that's it. I tried learning German a few years ago. My friend, who's from Düsseldorf, could not be trusted as he made me say stupid shit. Oh, that's the worst. That's, yeah. I mean, It's to expected. To a degree, of course. But that's with any language, really. But yeah, I believe German is pretty hard to learn. Affenschwanz is his favorite word. It's a pretty funny word. But it's the first time that I heard it. I mean, I know what it means, but never heard it on its own. But yeah, that's just, I know, I believe you know what it means, but it just means monkey tail. So it's not bad. He used to call me it, and it took me 2 to 3 years to actually look it up. Is it? It's just monkey tail, isn't it? Or okay, the other meaning of the second part. Okay, his translation. Yeah, that's also valid. That's also valid, but that's the, you could interpret it in both ways. Without context, it's not that offensive. But it could also be a regional saying, where it's more offensive. Not quite sure. Why am I doing this stupid? So if the combat time is greater than 1, and after it's decremented, it's 0, then set it, then you don't have to do this, and set it to idle. And that's it. He's from Düsseldorf, so not sure if it's a common phrase or he's just weird. But he's a JS programmer, so probably just strange. It might be both here. That's funny. But JavaScript is actually not that bad. But also, granted, I haven't touched it in years. Increase combat status timer. Okay, so I have now this routine. Actually a funny name. Routine index that gets set and is used here. Yeah, if there's a routine there, do the routine, increment the cursor of the routines, and here I want to activate this super routine. I avoided like the plague at my job, so I end up doing C#, which isn't as bad, but OOP just isn't fun. I've only used C# in the Unity context when I dabbled in that. But it looked okay to me. But yeah, OOP is object oriented. I mean, it just doesn't fit my brain. It's like, yeah, fitting something square in a round hole. It's just a weird way of thinking for me, at least. And that has been like that. I had a C in school. When was it? 20 years ago. And I zoned out once they introduced object-oriented programming. That just killed the vibe for me. Everything being an object is a bit of a mental pain. Yeah, sure. Do you do C at work? Or a 10 out of 10 COBOL programmer? Yeah, sure. I have my PDP 11 right there. No, I do web stuff and interactive stuff. Yeah. So everything but nothing good. So I can't do everything, but I'm good at nothing, except C maybe, which I did for such a long time. By chance activate super routine. Routine super. This breaks and then it falls down. And then how do I get out of it? Oh, here. Wait. Here. If routine is not super and this, else if it is super, well, let's do it the other way around. If it is super and it is at the last plan, go back to combat or idle. Else if one in three, go to super. This should maybe be higher. Oh, and this should also if there is a super routine. Oh god. Okay, cool. I better head off. Have a good rest of your stream. Hopefully catch you again tomorrow or day after if you're live. Yeah, I'll be live. I guess tomorrow or the day after that, at the latest. So thanks for stopping by and have a nice walk tomorrow. Hope the weather is nice for you. Yeah. Else just keep rotating. If failed, revert to the first plan. Oh man. I should break this out. Do routine. Pick routine. What is this do routine? Oh, that's not really a routine. It's more of a task. Why is this exported? Death routine. What the? It's called advanced routine with this. And here I can then go to, actually I don't even, oh yes I have to. Go to where do I go to? Go to decide. Does it matter what this returns? Don't think so. So this means an entity. That's sure. I see a position. And I think that's it. So I have this. Actually, let's call this reset. Yeah. Plan not finished, no change. Falls through, returns. So this is actually much cleaner. And every time the routine fails or is finished, there's a chance to activate the super routine. And then what? If it has a super routine, of course. Else it keeps the same one. So that's actually not bad. So what does this function do? Advances, executes and advances the routine. Entity E routine. Executes, advances, and switches. That sounds about right. And this gets called here. Set routine type. So this is just concerning the combat and idle. Well, I should decrement the combat timer in super mode as well. Yeah. Looks good to me. But might be pretty bad. Oh, okay. Why is this a fall through? Fall through with nothing in it? That looks pretty stupid. That's actually pretty bad. As I said, this code has quite a few months on its back. Strike whip. Okay, let's see. Um, 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, makes sense. Oh. We know. That is chase. No. Hello. um. Plus, I was just thinking about using the affecting debuff, the blindness, to toggle the super mode, but that's just a bad idea. Bites the victim, blinding it. Let's look at strike. Indicator. Let's make it something like that. Okay, that's manageable. Just a small function. If there's a foe, resolve the attack. Great. The resolve attack function handles all combat. But it should not handle debuffs. Oh god. What are the attack affecting buffs used for? I would want this to be here. Actually, that's stupid. Like this. And actually, I can just do it like this. This is such a hard decision. I have this attack debuff, which I want to remove now, and have it be applied only explicitly by entity abilities. Yeah, that's the right decision. But then I also don't need the entity affecting buff. Add inherent entity to, yeah, that goes away. Snake poison, yeah, that goes away. Blindness. What is sword weakness? Curse. Yeah, that also goes away. And that's it. And this also goes away. This becomes this becomes a venom. Actually no, becomes blindness 50 or something. Well, this is actually bad. Oh, what I can do. Let's undo this. What am I trying to do? Yeah, I want to rename this. Debuff. That might be too general. That's not working. I need different particle effects and stuff. I also need to know if this was blocked. Oh. Yeah, I can take this. And can say if the, well, that has to be broken out. This gets complicated. Okay. Has a block flag. If df block is 0, then apply the buff. Something like that. And then, what do I? Let's call it this. Afflict but I... No, let's keep it simple. Simple but verbose. This is gone. This stays venom. And the strength is calculated somewhere, but not here. Not yet. That looks kind of good. What's bad are these function calls here. But I can't abstract them away. I mean, I could these three. That's too much for now. And this also means that the entity loses its debuff. It's affecting debuff. Item buff. Okay, that was easy. So I have the serpent snake, which is now the serpent. And I have this venom routine. And I have the super routine. Which should have its own alert icon. Actually I want a field. Is there any snakes? Why are there no snakes? Let's place some. there it is. And I'm blinded. Worked. It's a stupid icon, but actually I should maybe have an emitter or something. It might actually be better. Not sure. Add blinding routine that is used sometimes. Make a super plan. Have it. Give an action symbol. Make blind permanently. Okay. It's a bit harsh. Okay, let's say 100. 100 turns. So it's actually not that much. So that's one that I did today. That's okay. Okay, let me turn on my machine. Okay, that's one day less. Man, these are ticking down like nobody's business. It was 14 just a few days ago. But okay, still enough, I hope. This is one less. Already subtracted that. Let's keep it simpler. And I'll remove all these. Maybe not. Maybe I will move this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And let's say great. Let's add item hunting. What? Make object levels variable. No, that's stupid. Add a charm, add charm items. That's sneaking ambush. Add camp. Add start location. I'm just picking the important ones. Add super routine to entities. And that's it. Okay. That's it from me for today. Thanks for tuning in. And it will be like this for the next couple of weeks. Hacking on to-dos. Which is, I think, the most satisfying thing in programming. So, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Right, good night.